What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another reaction video. Today I tried day trading for 30 days. Here's what happened by, what's that, Levi with a capon? What? Levi with a cap on? I guess that's his name. Um, but yeah, we finna react to this video. Not that long of a video, so I guess he chopped it up pretty good, pretty nice. 7 minutes and 30 seconds basically, so that's good. Save us on time, but want to see how it went for him. And it was another video. I'm gonna tell y'all now, it was another video that were going to click on. It was 30 minutes long, but we said we're gonna react to this one first to see how we like it, and then we might check out the 30-minute one. Because his look more authentic. The other video. The dude was in the Lambo off the thumbnail. Like, I don't know, bro. He might be scheming and scamming on his. This dude look more authentic, so we're gonna react to his first, and then if I like how it's going, we might react to the next one in another video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I ain't finna waste no time. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below any other videos y'all would like me to check out, any reactions y'all want me to do, or any content that y'all might want me to make. Let me know, and I'll try to get back to you best way possible. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. See what my boy gonna do with his 30 days of day trade.
I'm going to be day trading every single day for this next month to see if you can actually get rich with this or if it's just luck. And mind you, I've only ever bought stocks to hold them long term, so this is completely new to me. And according to the internet, 95% of day traders never make any money. And I don't want to end up like all those people, so I knew I needed a plan before going into it. So I spent 2 weeks learning what I was going to trade and how I was even going to make money. And boy, was it a journey. I don't want to bore you with the details too much, but basically, I decided I'm going to predict small price movements on different currencies that are traded worldwide, which seems pretty easy,
so you're doing Forex.
That's what I thought too, until I actually started. So we're now on day 1, and after waking up at 9:30 for market open, I spotted an opportunity for my hours of research that I thought I could make money from, and something unexpected happened. After I placed my trade, I watched as the price actually went in the direction I wanted it to. And then it completely reversed. And honestly, I have no clue why. I thought I had just gotten unlucky for my first trade. And man, did I have so much to learn. Now, the next few days after that were no different. Loss after loss. And looking at these screenshots, you might be wondering, what was I even seeing that made me choose to buy or sell? And frankly, I'm wondering the same thing. So the strategy I've gone for is to play off of trend reversals, because the majority of the time the market is moving in a trend. It makes higher highs and higher lows, and that's an uptrend. Or it makes lower lows and lower highs, and that is a downtrend. And literally all I'm doing is looking for when the trend shifts. So all that means is that we've moved from a previous uptrend.
Hold up, we can press pause. This video is 7 minutes long, so it ain't that long. We can press pause. Now, at least I say this is one good thing. Let's start with the good stuff. At least he know how to identify a trend. He know that the market generally moves in a trend, and he understand, what uptrend, downtrend consists of. Now, the only thing I got for his strategy that I can't agree with is he's talking about he's trying to trade trend reversals, which can be, it can be a nice movement if it reverses it like that. But the thing is, why go against the trend? Just stay with the trend, man. Like, it constantly, everybody tell you all the time, trend is your friend, trend is your friend. Why are you trying to trade against the trend? That would, your eyes, you know what I'm saying? Your chance, the how I should say it. Your odds of winning that trade, or your chances of winning that trade, is a lot lower than you just following the trend instead of trying to go against the trend. So that's the only thing I gotta say. Man, instead of him trying to find the reversals, why not just trade with the trend? Just trade with the trend.
To a now downtrend, and that's where I'd be looking to place my trade, with the idea that price will continue in the direction of the newly formed trend.
Oh, okay. I might see. Look, I was doing all that talking. I ain't hear him say that. I should have played the video a little bit more. So he's saying he waiting on the trend to reverse first, and then he thinking, hey, I'm gonna trade with the trend that, once the trend reverse, I'm gonna follow the trend that it created the new trend. Okay, that's a little bit better, I guess you could say. But I think that's gonna make you wait. You're gonna be waiting so long to get in the trade though. But
the recent
it is
trades, you'll
what it
notice
is.
how I literally didn't do it for any of them. And this was my first lesson. The reason for it was because of the way the market moves. Because when I'm viewing a stagnant snapshot of the past when studying, it's very easy to see where I could have entered a trade to make money. But when actually watching the market live, price can be pretty volatile in the short term, which caused me to mess up my trading. And so the only
Mm-hmm.
way to stop this is to simply have more patience, because you're avoiding the initial FOMO, or fear of missing out, for the trade
Mm-hmm.
that you're looking at. And sometimes that might mean that you're making a little bit less money, but it's definitely worth it. And so from then on, I made
Dang,
sure that was.
Hey, I get, bruh. Good job with that, bruh. That's one thing I tell people all the time, especially when they come to me, they be like, Keith, how's the trade? Keith, how's the trade? Even me, I mess up sometimes. But when we do them GFT back testing videos, we go back and we be like, oh snap, we should have been patient. We know, like everybody ain't 100% perfect when it comes to discipline and being patient. So, uh, you got to work on it each and every time. But I'm glad he pointed it out. He was like, when I'm doing the back testing, I can clearly see where I'm supposed to get in it because the candles are standing. They just come in blocks, They come in blocks. So I literally, basically, it's forcing me to wait till a candle close before I make my decision. But when the market is live, he was saying he was struggling because the market's so volatile. It looked like it's finna close green, then it flipped red, and he prematurely get in. But he was like, "Hey, what I had to learn was, hey, treat it like the back test." And I tell people that all the time. Back testing help you out a lot, and that's kind of how I got with the GFT strategy. It was based on back testing, not live markets. So that's why it's real high at a win rate because it's used to them candles closing. I don't have to I don't judge it based on fluctuation. I judge it off of the actual candle closing. So it reduces that like uncertainty of the trade going. That's why I be having levels that say can't beat, It can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep the trend, stuff like that, because our strategy is based off of the candles being stagnant, not really being volatile. But I'm doing all that on the rant. I'm basically just saying I'm glad that he realizing, hey, be patient, wait on the candle closer for confirmation. That's the biggest thing. Wait on the confirmation before you get in. So I'm glad he pointed it out.
Something I was focusing on. Now, the very next day, I happened to win a very small trade, but it was
Yes,
a profitable
sir.
one, and I
Hold up,
felt
let's see
on
the
top
trade
of
he
the
won.
world.
Go back, go back, go back. Let's see the trade he won. Let's see how he got it. Okay, so of course it was what? Making low, high, lower, low, boom, downtrend, then a lower, low. But then it got a green counter, failed to close below. See, this the thing with his. I can see where he got in there, but it was risky. It was risky. Um, well, did he get in off the green counter? I'm not sure which counter he got in off of, but this have been these white ones have been red counters, and then the greens, of course, the green counter. So it had low, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, right? Then it had a green counter. Now, me personally, I wouldn't win in no loans right here because it's a downtrend, clear as day. Downtrend clear as day. I at least needed to break this high here. Make a high high. Oh, so he got in on these counters. I see it. He got in on here somewhere. Probably at the bottom of it. I'm not sure. Because I see these two execution things. So I guess he got in one. Maybe sold one. Mm-hmm. Because it shows two here and then only one here. So he had to be in two. Maybe he lost the first one and got right back in. But I at least need to see a higher high get made. So I will have to wait till this high got broken before I start trying to even think long. Once this high got broken, okay, it broke the high. All I need is a higher low to get set. Then we can look for the long. So it made a high, made this low, made a high, made another low, made a higher high right here. Maybe you could have got in here when it made this higher high. Got in here, stop loss right there. So instead of stop being all the way down there, it been up here. And of course, aim for the highs over here to the left. That's what would have been it. So I get what I can see the trade he got in, but I think he kind of got in too early. But like he said, this is first month of trading, so can't be too critiquing him, you know. But hey, my boy got a dub regardless. That's all I'm gonna say. He got a dub. Being patient, bro. Waiting on the confirmations.
Profitable one, and I felt on top of the world. It
What he was
genuinely felt
trading?
like I had the power to
I know he
predict the
trading
future.
Forex, but
Honestly,
what pair?
few things could compare to how
He
satisfying
said
it
it was
was to pull it off.
$12.
And so, riding that high, I took 2 trades the next day, took a fat L on both, but I got
Alright, let's
teased
see.
on my one trade by just barely making me lose the trade and then going the way.
Okay, let's see about this one. This trade. Okay, so this trade he kind of followed the trend, didn't he? Yeah, low. I mean high, low, high, low. Did make a higher high here though. So where did he get in at? I don't see the execution. Like the last ones, he had the arrows. I don't see where he got in at. I guess I'm gonna assume he got in on these down close counters right here. That's what I'm gonna assume. So if he got in here, the first target should have been these lows. It did take the first target, but it instantly came back up. And he said he got stopped out here. So low, high, lower, low. Yeah, it did sweep this solidified level for him. So I can understand that ain't a bad loss. I don't think that was a bad loss for him right there. This wasn't a bad loss. Yeah, it really wasn't a bad loss because literally he had his stop above this last solidified level. Now, of course, this is solidified level all the way up here, but it just unfortunately it just came and took this one out. And still respected that one, and then continued the downtrend. So I don't think it was a bad trade. He had a decent trade
I
right
wanted
here.
it to. And so, although it emptied my wallet, for better or for worse, it kept my confidence high because I predicted the overall trend. And so
Yeah,
that was
he was
just me
right
getting
about the right
unlucky,
direction.
right? And then day 6 rolls around, and that's where things started to pick up. I took my first sizable win at 2 risk to reward, meaning it makes back 2 times what I normally lose. And riding that high, I wanted to learn more, but it was the weekend and the markets are closed. So I started testing my strategy on price movement that's happened weeks ago, which is called backtesting,
Let's
which
go
isn't
back.
as
Let's go back.
strategy on price movement.
What type of strategy he doing? He said, okay, so he said he went on trend to break. Oh, see, that's probably what it is. I gotta think of how his strategy is. My bad, y'all. I'm thinking of my strategy. So he said he went on a trend to break, then he gonna follow the trend that direction that it breaks. So he had a trend, made that lower low. So basically, he looking for the pullback to keep going short. So he like, okay, let it pull back, let it pull back. And I guess he went on the next lower low. And right here was the next lower low. He said it stopped at the top of these highs. And he supposed to be aiming for down here, but I don't know why it's TP down there. So that makes it okay. I get his strategy now.
That's happened
That's
weeks
decent.
ago, which is called backtesting, which isn't as difficult as a live market, but it's good for practice. And so that weekend, I went over as many scenarios as possible to test my strategy. And I was profitable. So profitable, in fact, that on average, over all the wins and losses, I made 1.3% of my account's value every single trade as profit.
Dang.
That is huge. That means if I started with
he going
10K
crazy.
and placed a 1 trade a day for an entire year, I would have nearly $300,000 by the end of the same year. To me, this proved my strategy was more than good enough, which made it so much easier to ignore all the bad trades that I
it
would
ain't
have
a
taken
bad
because
strategy.
I had confidence in the strategy I'm using, because I knew it worked. And I went on a crazy win streak. I didn't
And
lose a
that's
single
look,
trade.
that's the power of back testing, bro. You're doing that back testing, it brings that it builds your confidence, help build your discipline. Well, I'll say back testing help confidence a little bit more. It helped confidence, and I guess you could say discipline to strategy to your strategy. But the live market actually give you discipline for like being patient and stuff like that, you know. But back testing definitely build your confidence in your strategy though.
Win streak. I didn't lose a single trade for the next 6 trades I placed,
Dang.
which ended up covering all the losses I previously had.
My boy
And when
went
the win streak
crazy.
ended, it was only for a single trade, but my confidence was still sky high, obviously, and I knew what I would needed to look for. And so I was completely locked in, and so I continued the win streak, losing only 1 trade for the next 7. At this point, I got nervous because this was quite the statistical anomaly already, and I was feeling good, too good, where it was almost unbelievable to how many wins I hit back to back. And so I knew there had to be some losses to balance it out. And so I tried to prepare myself mentally for that, but it didn't make it any easier when it actually came. And so right after a historical run of a win streak, I went on nearly just as big of a loss streak. The first few losses weren't anything I was mad at from a technical standpoint. I still waited for my setup.
Alright, hold up. So he said he looked for the break first, right? So this broke this downtrend. So he waited on the break. And now he's supposed to wait on the higher high to come. Okay. Technically, he was supposed to get in here because this is when the first higher high came. So based on his strategy, this is where he's supposed to got in the first time. So I don't know what he was doing over here. He supposed to got in here. Because he said when it break, he just following that trend that it makes the new trend. Or it just made an uptrend. He's supposed to got in here. Aiming for these highs over here. He would have won. But let's see what he did. He waited on another pullback. Made a downtrend. I don't know why he didn't wait on a higher high right here. He got in on the down close candle. So he didn't get in on the green candle. But he looked for longs. And it was in the middle of a downtrend. So I'm not sure why he did it. Because if we go back to his other trade, he waited on when he was showing the back test, and he waited on the uptrend broke, made a lower low. He let the pullback come, and soon the first lower low came again. He got in the shorts. So if it's an uptrend, it's supposed to be the opposite. I mean, if it was breaking the downtrend, it's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be break the downtrend, wait on this new higher high to get made. Once a new higher high get made, you're supposed to get in. That's where you're supposed to get in there. And even if he was waiting on this pullback, wait on the higher high to come and get in. He didn't wait on the higher high. So I think the thing is he kind of lost his strategy. He wasn't trading his strategy no more. That's what I think. Let's look over here to this right side. We had what he was looking for. So we had broke this uptrend. We made a lower low, right? So that's what he was wanting, lower low. Then made a high, made a low, but it wasn't a lower low. Because if you make a lower low, that's when you're supposed to get in. Then made another high. Then we made another low. Then we made another higher high. So at no point right here he got a lower low. So I'm not sure why he got in. At no point he got a lower low. So based on his strategy, he shouldn't got in yet. So I think he just probably forgot the rules of his strategy. That what it was.
The right trades, but this is where I started learning about how difficult the psychology actually is, because after those few losses and coming back,
you know
to
what it
trade
probably
again,
was? This is what I think it was, y'all. He started winning. Like he said, he went on 6 trade win streaks, 7 trade win streaks, stuff like that. He started winning. And he probably stopped back testing like he should have. He probably was like, oh, I know what I'm looking for. I know what to do. Da da da. Not back testing as he should. Not critiquing. Even when he win, critiquing what he done to win. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I waited on this before I got in. This what made me win this trade. Like he stopped being critical of his stuff, his trades when he started winning. When he was losing, of course he gotta figure out why I'm losing. So you back testing, you trying to identify what's going on. But when you win, you're not really doing it. You just rolling with the flow. You know, so that's what I think. I think he personally stopped going over his rules and probably slacked up on his back test.
Was taking worse and worse setups because I just wanted to make the money back or start up another win streak again, which only pushed my losing streak further and further. And so I lost 6 trades in a row, with the first 1 or 2 being pretty solid losses, and
Yeah,
the
that's
rest was
fine.
basically me just rolling the dice hoping to make my money back, which, as you could imagine, just kept snowballing because I got more and more frustrated with each loss I took. And so I decided to take a few days off just to get a full mental reset and come into the day completely fresh. I try my best to forget about the recent trades, forget about my account balance, and just look for my setup. And I managed to pull out one winning day, followed by...
Alright, let's see. Hold up. Let's see this. See what he did right here.
And I managed to pull out one.
Alright. So broke the downtrend. Alright. He had a slight downtrend. We broke right here. This is what we broke right here. So this candle broke it. Made a high. All he needs is another high to come, and he should be looking for the long. We had we had low, higher, high. So okay, this is where he's supposed to look for his longs right here. Stop supposed to be down here. But I guess he waited a little bit more. We made a lower low, but then we went right back, made a higher high. I want to say I think he changing his strategy up or something, cause this is like he entered off a fair value gap right here. Cause it's not really going with the strategy he was doing on the back testing. Yeah, it's not. It's not because nothing telling him to enter right here. So I'm not sure why he entered right there. He's supposed to enter either when he break this high, or when this candle right here, when we made that high, low, higher high. This when he supposed to got in on this candle. So and stop loss down there. So I'm not sure what he doing now. I think he changing up his strategy, I guess. Unless it's like a lower time frame he got on and seen it. But like he kind of changing his strategy a little bit.
Winning day, followed by 3 more losses. And at this
All
point,
right,
I
let's go
almost
back to the
appreciated all
losses.
the losses.
Go back to the losses
And
real
at this
quick.
point, I almost appreciated
I ain't gonna
winning
go through
day,
all of them.
followed by 3 more.
All right, let's just go over this one real quick. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's starting to do. He's starting to look at different strategies. Cause why he got a box right here? He didn't have a box when he was doing this back testing and stuff. So he changing stuff up. Cause look, he even got what's this called? Fibonacci. I think it's the Fibonacci. He using Fibonacci. He got boxes. I think he trying to use fair value gaps. He just keep adding stuff to the strategy instead of sticking with the same thing over and over. So like here, it broke to the upside. So he got his higher high. Now he supposed to wait on another higher high to come. He kind of got in too soon here, which wasn't bad. He got in a little too soon here, but this is where his entry supposed to be. When he made a new higher high, he supposed to continue riding the longs up to this high first. So he would have won. Boom, would have won. But I guess he still was holding it. He still held it, and it came back down to break even. He got out, I guess. Guess he got out at break even. He didn't want to risk losing money. But yeah.
Or losses. And at this point, I almost appreciated all the losses that I'd experienced because it made me more detached from the balance on my account, which is a key to trading successfully. I found that as soon as I started chasing the dollar sign going up, my trading would go absolutely terribly. Because I wanted to make money specifically, it would make me take on more risk because I would unintentionally
Dang, what
ignore
the
certain
type
signals
of
that would
trade? Nah, y'all know that man ain't supposed to be in this type of trade. What he doing, y'all? That man know he ain't supposed to be in this out. Go on, bro. What you doing? One, he said he looking for the reversals. He want to trade once the market reverse. He want to trade the direction of that trend. Well, if you looking at this dang trend, it was an uptrend and it reversed to a downtrend. Why are you going long right here? If it reversed to the downtrend, because you said you want to trade continuing of the trend it breaks. And the only way you should have been looking for long if it broke the downtrend. Okay, we get a higher high, then make the low, make another higher high, then get on in them longs back up to the highs. But this ain't giving no indication of going long. Oh, he just see one green candle and said, "Let me go all the way back up."
normally stop me
What the
from
word?
taking trades in the first place. And so counterproductively, I just lose more money. And I went back to looking for my strategy with a renewed focus. But I did not pop off again. For the last week, I had no more
Dang.
historical win streak. I used all my luck, but it turned out that was completely fine because with my journaling, I would also keep track of all the data and averaged out over the entire month, I would make around 2.6 times what I would normally lose. Meaning all I needed was a 39% win rate or
Oh,
preferably
okay.
greater to be able to make.
So his risk reward, that's nothing. That can save you being a trader. That can save you. If your risk reward is real good, if you constantly get in a 3-1, 4-1 when you do win, you can lose a little bit more often because when I win, it's covering 4 losses if it's a 4-1. Oh, I mean 1-4. If I win and I get 1-3s every time I win, I'm covering 3 losses as long as I win one time. So if his win rate like that, his risk reward is like that, then he can lose a couple times, and that can save you. You know, that can save you.
make money in the markets. And that led us to the final balance of the challenge, if I truly made money over this month. And to my surprise, I did. I managed to pull out an extra 5% from my account balance over the entire month of trading, which is nothing too crazy, but I'm definitely happy with that. I just know that I have to trade for a lot longer to be fully confident in my data. Most people say that you have to have at minimum 3 digits of trades to be able to even have a loose idea of your win rate. So this entire month could have just been purely luck, and I won't know that until I get to that 3-digit mark. To be honest, I genuinely had so much fun trading that I can't see myself stopping anytime soon. So in summary, what did we learn?
First, hey, we probably got to check out his page, see how you doing now. Let's see how you doing later.
First is patience. I need my setup confirmed before entering. Second is don't chase the money. As soon as I get greedy, I compromise my setup. And third is that it just takes time and I have to stick with it. And to answer everyone's question that I know you're thinking, can you get rich in a month with day trading? No, you won't be able to. But you can learn a lot of skills.
No, chill out. I ain't gonna say that now. I ain't gonna say that, cause well, it probably ain't rich to some people. But shoot, I get testimony all the time. Shoot, I made me 15 in like a month and a half, 15K options. That ain't even doing with futures. You know what I'm saying? So you can make some money in a month. Now, I ain't gonna say you can't, but you gotta know what you're doing. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. So, but yeah, let's let this finish out. I'm gonna end this video.
Month. And so I highly recommend it. I also want to say I did this full month without real money because I kind of don't have the money.
He was paper trading.
All the trades shown were real that I traded live, and it just means my journey is going to be a little bit longer. So if you want videos on that, do consider subscribing.
Dang, it just ends video like that. We ain't even get to hear the last bit. Dang, they just end the man video. Prepare pause. Okay. Alright. But I guess we're gonna end it right there. I don't know what this dang video doing. But we're gonna end it right there, man. Like we said, it was a good video though. I ain't gonna lie. I liked this video. It was entertaining. Also like that we was critiquing a little bit, man. I ain't gonna lie, we was critiquing a little bit. I ain't mean to do that. It was supposed to be just regular reaction, like, but I kinda, me just knowing and watching, you know, having experience in trading, it's just like you that it's secondary. I'm like, bro, you gotta wait on this, you gotta wait on that, you know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I definitely gonna be checking out his page. We're gonna see how if he stay with trading and if he start turning it around, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Y'all comment down below if y'all like that video. Let me know. And like I said, any other recommendations or videos y'all would like to see me react to, comment down below and I'll try to get to them best way I can. But y'all have a good one. Your boy Keith is out. Peace.